A Taliban commander claimed he was previously locked up in Guantanamo Bay for 8 years during a victory speech from inside Kabul's presidential palace. Militants marched through the capital city on Sunday before demanding a peaceful transfer of power and then declaring an Islamic State of Afghanistan. During a live-streamed press conference, Taliban fighters were seen sitting at the presidential desk. Outside the ancient palace, the streets had descended into chaos, with President Ashraf Ghani among thousands of nationals to flee, while U.S. helicopters evacuated diplomats from the embassy. Have you been affected by the situation in Afghanistan? Let us know at webnews@mirror.co.uk. Fighting and stampedes broke out at Kabul airport as desperate evacuees attempted to leave the country before all commercial flights were stopped, and only military planes could leave. The U.S.-controlled Guantanamo Bay detention center in Cuba was established by George W. Bush in 2002, where suspected terrorists were taken without trial and tortured. A spokesman for the Taliban's political office has declared the war in Afghanistan over, with the new ruling regime to be imminently revealed. Speaking to Al Jazeera TV yesterday, Mohammed Naeem said, "We assure everyone that we will provide safety for citizens and diplomatic missions. We are ready to have a dialogue with all Afghan figures and will guarantee them the necessary protection." He said it is not believed foreign forces will repeat their failed experience in Afghanistan again, adding, "We move with responsibility in every step and make sure to have peace with everyone. We are ready to deal with the concerns of the international community through dialogue." Meanwhile, fellow spokesman Suhail Shaheen said there would be no revenge against those employed by the fallen government, but added, "Our policy is that no one should leave the country. We need Afghans to stay." Thousands of nationals have rushed to the Pakistan border or been caught up in the chaos at Kabul airport, in which at least 5 people have been killed. President Ghani, who is in an undisclosed location, said he left to prevent a flood of bloodshed, but in doing so has effectively handed the reins of power to the insurgents. It comes as Defense Secretary Ben Wallace has said the government is doing everything in its power to safely evacuate all British nationals, but admitted some people won't get back. Speaking this morning, the minister admitted it was a surprise at how quickly Kabul fell to the Taliban. He told BBC Radio 4's Today program this morning, "I think what was the surprise was the speed at which we find ourselves with the Taliban in Kabul." He went on to say an extra 600 troops are being deployed, with the initial plan for them to be there until potentially the end of the month, with a target of up to 1,500 people flown home per day. Mr. Wallace added the symbolically seeing the old British embassy taken by the Taliban is not what any of us wanted, but emphasized its operations had already relocated. Asked if it is the right time to recognize the Taliban as the Afghan government, he said, "I think there is a lot of more to come before those decisions are made."